Hey, Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will understand about the caloric restriction. So, what is the benefit of the caloric restriction and what is the caloric restriction? We will understand about in this video. So, with the whole detail. So, here is the note. We will understand through the notes. So, which that showing in the screen. 1,500 to 2,000 calorie per day for the normal person, and it can be bread, burger, and on the other hand, the chicken and fat containing diet or snacking, which that collectively 2,000 calorie at least are maximum. So in this way, the 1,000 basically the 1,500 to 2,000 calories per day to reduce 1,000 to 800 calorie food, which that should be contain protein and fat and less carb, which that is the healthy calorie, because the calorie is depending on the basis of health. So in this way, if the healthy calorie means the high protein and high fat but the less sugar for the prevention of the crash of the sugar. So in this way, the blood sugar maintained by the caloric restriction. Number one thing is important. Why? Let's understand about that. Insulin being not spike more, and the glycemic level in the blood, the glycemia in your blood will lead to a normoglycemia, not hyperglycemia. Why? The level of the glucose will maintain due to the buffering of the insulin. So stop energy crash and high brain function and stop insulin resistance. In this, the type 2 diabetes and pre-diabetic person will be reversed. So remember about that thing. Repair and recycle of cells is very important due to the caloric restriction. So it is just like a mimicry of the fasting, but it is not a true fasting. So anyhow, it will activate the AMPK and SIRT gene by stress. So the SIRT gene activation and the AMPK pathway will activate due to the caloric restriction, the starvation of the cell. Why? Because the starvation of the cell is due to the caloric restriction. Will lead to deficiency of the ATP in our body, in our cell. In this way, they activate the AMPK pathway. So the AMPK pathway basically will lead to activate the certain type of the gene, which that is due to the stress response, because the caloric restriction is the stress, but it is the hormesis. Hormesis means the beneficial stress. Whenever you will give the shock to your body, and your body will rejuvenate and prepare for the next shock. So by stress response to repair and regenerate and recycle all cell content by inhibiting the mTOR pathway, mTOR C1 and 2. So the mTOR pathway means the mammalian target of rapamycin, which that is activated during the energy rich condition and the nutrient rich condition in your cell. Whenever the nutrient rich condition will occur in your cell, so this mTOR pathway will activate the proliferation of the cell, and the damaged cell even will proliferate. And in this way, the mTOR pathway should be activated, but not every time. So you should don't eat food every time, because the mTOR pathway chronically will lead to activate the certain type of the oncogene, will lead to cause cancer. But normally the mTOR pathway is very essential for the activation of the biogenesis of the mitochondria as well as the biogenesis of the muscle. So the muscle growth and the bone growth and your skin health is important due to the mTOR pathway. But the mTOR pathway should be activated during the before the exercise or after the exercise. So basically, after the exercise, the mTOR pathway is very important. So you should stimulate due to the our eating after the exercise, which that is healthy and helpful for the growth of the muscle. Let's understand about the mitochondrial biogenesis. So mitochondrial biogenesis can be possible due to the caloric restriction. Like the starvation and caloric restriction trigger the PGC1 alpha to activate the TFAM. The TFAM is basically the PGC1 alpha activation due to the starvation mode, due to the AMPK pathway activation, and the transcription factor alpha, transcription factor A mitochondria, which that repair the mitochondria. So it will activate the PGC1 alpha and TFAM. So in this way, the biogenesis of the mitochondria and the repair of the DNA of the mitochondria will possible during the starvation condition, and whenever the mitochondria will be rest and the electron transport chain will not work more efficient. So basically, mitochondria get the time to rejuvenate and the regenerate as well as biogenesis. So the cancer prevention, the mTOR hold even damaged cell to progress the proliferation. So the AMPK inhibit due to the starvation mode, due to the caloric restriction. The fat loss and muscle build up, which that is important topic. So in this, the insulin buffer to spike growth hormone. So insulin buffer while the growth hormone will spike. So when growth hormone will spike and the insulin like growth factor 1 will spike due to the buffering of the insulin, due to the less intake of the sugar while less intake of the any type of food. So the caloric restriction will mimic the fasting, and this hormesis will lead to activate the growth hormone with the response of the stress to grow muscle while activate the hormone sensitive lipase enzyme. Hormone sensitive lipase enzyme activate due to the growth hormone will lead to break down fat from adipose tissue. So in this way, the cancer prevention, the fat loss while the muscle build up, on the other hand, the rejuvenation of your bones, skin, hairs can be possible due to the caloric restriction. I hope you make sense about that. If you like my video, please make sure to subscribe, like and share. See you in the next video for this. Allah Hafiz.